that sun out of here, but I'm really starting to understand that whole concept of when you're on your healing journey, once you put the glasses on, you can't unsee. You can't unsee. It's everywhere. You see it. You see shit everywhere, within everybody. Once you identify your own victim and villain, accept it, integrate it, and become the version you're supposed to be, or on the journey to get there, you cannot. You see everybody's victim, you see everybody's villain. You see everybody's trauma behaviors present. You see everybody's toxic shit. Which makes it extremely difficult to navigate through the world, because you're starting to understand people can only understand, comprehend, hear, love, communicate at the level of their growth, which makes it very hard to have relationships, which makes it very hard to maintain the relationships you had before, which makes it very hard to exist in toxic, hostile environments, whether it's in your personal life or your working life. I think the most frustrating part for me currently, and probably will be for a very long time because of the way that I am wired and I am an empath. As an empath, I have immeasurable amounts of compassion, empathy, understanding, and love. And a part of my trauma was allowing people's shit to do me any kind of way and allowing it. This is not saying that I also did not present toxic. That's what I'm saying. It was able to go so long, and for me to allow it so long, because I also was engaged in it, right? The behavior, the toxic communication, my trauma behaviors. And sometimes other people's trauma behaviors and your trauma behaviors are like a perfect pair. So it's a whole toxic situation. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that I also did not come up as toxic. But because I'm an empath, because of the level of my compassion, empathy, understanding, and patience with other people, especially people that I love, it would go on for an extremely long time. Okay? The part that is frustrating for me right now is being able to see people's victim and villain and trauma behaviors present. That's one, because it's everywhere. It really makes you not want to deal with people at all, because you really do start to realize and understand how difficult this conversation is about to be because of where they are, which is nothing wrong with it. It's just where they are. I have to keep adding these little fucking sidebars in here. I don't know what to call them, sidebars in here, so that I don't offend or hurt anybody's feelings, okay? So what I meant by that, when I said there's nothing wrong with it, it's just how they show up or where they are currently, there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with it unless you're hurting people. And the second part that's really frustrating for me is that I'm an empath, so I have an immeasurable amount, like I said before, compassion, empathy, all that other shit, right? And I understand with trauma and healing, you have to be very vulnerable. So the space needs to feel very safe, and it has to be all the things for you to face, all the shit that you need to face to do the journey. Okay, cool. I also understand that people aren't aware of how they are showing up or how they present. Okay, cool. Here's my fucking problem, is that in this space, everybody expects and wants sensitivity, kindness, gentle, understanding, compassion, empathy, all of that. That's fine. Get that shit from your therapist, because you're not going to fucking get it from me. You're not. Because the way that you are currently presenting and showing up is hurting others. It's hurting your children. It's hurting your spouses. It's hurting your partners. Okay? Your toxic behavior at work is affecting the fucking team. If you're a toxic leader and a toxic manager, affecting the team. Therefore, affecting the workplace. This is my frustrating. This is extremely frustrating for me. The way that people show up, extremely toxic, and expect kindness, gentleness, sensitivity, compassion, empathy, and understanding for where they are. But they cannot do the same. You keep showing up toxic. You keep showing up hurtful. Whatever that looks like. With the relationship with your children, with the relationship with your partner, with the relationship with your spouse, with the relationship with your coworkers, with the relationships with everybody in your own fucking life. Whatever that looks like individually for you. You know how you hurting people. Got the nerve to sit up there and expect everybody around you, though, to tiptoe and be patient and compassionate and understanding with your shit. So whether you're ready to heal it or not, face it or not, accept it or not, cool. Stop hurting people. Stop being toxic. That's it. I'm changing one of the main principles, not really changing, but I'm going to add a main philosophy or a main principle for the shadow shed, since people are this sensitive and cannot tolerate words like trauma and healing. If you are ready to stop hurting yourself and people in your life, the shadow shed.